All right, back for another beer review, and today I'm going to be reviewing another beer from the Trillium Brewing Company, and they are out of both Boston and Canton, Massachusetts. And this is their Pocket Pigeon. So this is what they're calling an American Pale Ale. Comes in at 5.4% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed. And at the time of review, this beer is right around 3.5 weeks old, give or take a few days. And this beer was generously given to me by my buddy Eric. So thank you very much, Eric. I truly do appreciate it. If you guys want to check out the other beers that Eric gave me, I'm going to post a link in the description box to the beer haul video. You can check it out if you want. If not, that's cool too. So yeah, I haven't had anything within their Small Bird series, which this is a part of. And their Small Bird series, according to Trillium, they're saying that it's like a seasonal, sessionable Pale Ale series. And this beer specifically, as far as the ingredients used for malts, they're using American Two-Row, Spelt, which is cool, Dextrine and C15. And for the hops, they're using Galaxy, Mosaic, and Columbus, I believe. So before I crack this open, I just want to say that I wish there were more, like, let alone sub 6% like hop forward sessionable beers. I wish there were like sub 5% beers. I'm very envious of my UK beer tubing buddies like Craig over at Camp Beer Reviews and Peter over at The Clueless Drinker. Especially Craig, though. Over the past 2 or 3 weeks, Craig has posted a lot of like table beers. Well, I guess it'd be like a month now. When you guys see this, it'll be a little later. But he's posted a lot of like table beers and like sessionable IPAs. And when I'm talking sessionable, I'm talking 2.8%. 3%, 3.5%. And you usually don't see that in the US unless you're talking about like a sour beer or some kind, usually a kettle sour or American wild ale. So I wish there were more that were readily available in the US. Sometimes I just feel like drinking a 4 or 5% beer, you know, that has some hoppy punch to it. And you just don't see that too often. More of these breweries, or most of these breweries nowadays, are focusing on like 6, 7, 8% beer. So anyway, that's a little bit of a spiel. I'll step off my soapbox and we'll get into this review. So let's give this a pour. I rolled it already. We're using the Trillium glass because hashtag proper glassware, but still unsure about that hashtag. So this is not pouring out as turbid as a lot of Trillium and New England style IPAs, or I guess this is not a New England style IPA. It's American Pale, technically New England style Pale, but it has like this nice glowing orange color, about a finger of a soapy off-white head. But you know, it's murky, it's turbid, it's somewhat opaque. It has, you know, I guess it has the vibes of a New England style Pale Ale. But again, they call American Pale Ale, so what the hell do I know? I'm actually now looking at the head, has like a light orange glow to it. Could just be the lighting, but yeah. Anyway, let's get a nose. Well, that smells like freshly squeezed orange juice. Yeah, wow, it smells like almost like a mandarin orange or like a navel orange. Something that has nice juicy components. I would say Tangelo, but the aforementioned Peter would not like that. But maybe a little bit Tangelo. Maybe that tangerine grapefruit thing going on. Yeah, after that, there's like some crushed pineapple, like fresh pineapple, not candied pineapple, probably from that Galaxy. And there's like this nice, earthy, almost slight spiciness to it. Yeah, and I'm picking up on a little bit of the malt, which, holy shit, it happens. There's this like biscuity, almost crackery malt character to it. Yeah, it just smells like it's going to be super refreshing. Like, the characters aren't in my face, like, they're not very vigorous and like just bold, or as Paul over at PA Brewing would say, bombastic. I've mentioned that in like every other review because it's great. Bombastic is great. But anyway, yeah, it smells like freshly squeezed orange juice, a bit of crushed pineapple, a little touch of like earthy, spicy, almost floral component there, and a nice crackery, biscuity malt base to it. Smells like it's gonna be pretty fucking delicious. So let's get into it. Cheers. Yeah, I mean, it follows the nose almost to a T. There's definitely a nice malt character to this one. Like I said, this is 3.5 weeks old, so I mean, you're talking still relatively fresh. And yeah, it's more of a biscuity, crackery thing going on in the mouth, and that kind of hits you right on the back of the palate, actually, the finish, which is kind of weird. But right up front, freshly squeezed orange juice. This is more of like a mandarin orange type of character. as it passes through the palate, some of that crushed pineapple, getting a bit of like a peachy mango stone fruit vibe to it as well, but not that big. There's a earthy floral component throughout the palate. That spicy note really didn't carry over, so that's probably the only thing on the aroma that didn't really carry over. But yeah, it follows the nose like 90%. As far as the body on this one, 5.4%, you can actually tell it's like higher side of light body. It's like higher side of light, lower side of medium. It's slightly watery, but not in a bad way, if that makes any sense. It has a nice mouthfeel to it. It is crisp, slightly effervescent, and there's a slight softness to it, but this has more of like a crisp, a refreshing mouthfeel to it as opposed to like a decadent, luscious, creamy vibe that a lot of the Trillium beers have. Yeah, if this was like readily available in my area, this would be something that should be in the fridge all the time. Like, it's just a very well-made, good drinking pale ale. You know, perfect for the season. This is, you know, summertime here now. You could drink 2 or 3 of these, not get sloshed, have a great time out by the poolside, barbecue, whatever. I do like that little bit of malt character in there that's kind of, you know, on the finish there. If there's a uniqueness here. Is this like the best pale ale I've ever had or anything? No, far from it. But for what they're going for, a sessionable pale ale, I think they hit the nail on the head. They did a pretty good job. I'm enjoying it. I'm going to give Pocket Pigeon from Trillium, I'm going to give that a solid 4 out of 5. Good beer, very good beer. But, you know, nothing. I reviewed their Galaxy Dry Hop 4-point Pale Ale a few weeks ago, and that was more within the realm of what I enjoy from Pale Ales. This is good, not to that level. But again, you know, 2 completely different beers and what they're going for. This one's your, and I hate to say this, but this is your drinking beer. This is a beer you could buy a 4-pack of it and kind of pound out. I remember, I forget if it was Matt over Massive Beer Reviews or another review I saw. I think they said this was like 13 or 14 bucks a 4-pack, a bit pricey at 5.4% and what's going on flavor-wise. So maybe it wouldn't always be in my fridge if it was readily available, but to try it once, I enjoyed it. So that was Pocket Pigeon, 4 out of 5 from the Trillium Brewing Company. Appreciate you guys stopping by for another beer review. Please like, comment, subscribe. And thanks again, Eric, for this beer. And until the next one, cheers.